Friends, let's get up close and personal. What dahlias are going to make it for and grow beautiful dahlias next season? What dahlias are not? So take a look at these two dahlia tubers. They both are really nice size, and one is going to make it, one is not. This is the one that's going to make it, and this one is not. You can see how this one, it's kind of truncated. It was cut really short. It doesn't have a full neck attached, where this one, at the end of its neck, it has a piece of its stem, and take a look at those tiny little growth points. I know it's super subtle, and with every variety, those growth points will look a little different. Some varieties, it's crazy obvious. Some varieties, it's not. And the thing is, there's tons and tons of growth points. As they start to go dormant, they start to disappear. So it's really important that we harvest our dahlias to store for next season about 2 weeks after the first frost. That way they're starting to go dormant, but it's not bitter, crazy cold yet. And those dahlia eyes haven't fully receded into the dahlia tuber, into the stem. They're still present. So it's really important to 2 weeks after you harvest, 2 weeks after frost, to go in and harvest. Another thing to keep in mind is that here's another bishop of Llandaff. Like this, even though it has some really nice growth points up top connected to the stem, this tuber is just too small. I know from experience that this tuber is just going to desiccate no matter what we do, how we treat it in the root cellar. So it has to be of a certain size. And really, this is perhaps the perfect midway. It's really still pretty small, but this one, stored well, will likely make it through the winter. Anything larger than that, awesome. If it's thinner than that, just don't even bother. Chances are, even though it has a really nice eye and we so want that eye to be we so want it to be a dahlia next year, you can cut it off right at the base of where the eye begins, right at the stem, and you can often have that eye attached to another adjacent tuber that's a little larger. So you're still maintaining tons of awesome eyes on your tubers. But yes, and you'll see with your own experience what tuber size makes it, what doesn't. But we find that this would be way too small, and this is just the dream of the dream. A nice narrow neck, but not too narrow, and it's a little bit of length, but not too long, and a really strong stem that it's attached to with a great eye set. So yes, I am so thrilled to send this to the next step before it's stored for the winter to become a glorious dahlia for next season.